And we are live where the Appalachians meet the Smokies. We're at Bristol with the Mars Racing Series, Truck Series. Man, I couldn't be more excited. We've got a lot of action-packed racing from action-packed guys. Should be a good night tonight. And are they running one lap for qualifying? Nah, I don't think so. Let's go out here and watch somebody qualify. We've got Jarrett. See, Jarrett started out late last week. Ended up getting himself the pole. Let's see where he comes out this week. So surely this might be his out lap. Takes it right up high. Takes it down low. Gets on the brakes. Ooh, he floats up a little bit. Let's see how much that hurts him. Gets a little squirrely off of turn 2. I don't know. Oh, he's wrecking. Wrecking on qualifying. They don't have a fast repair. Thank the Lord it resets your car, though. That's going to put him at a 15.29. And that's good enough for P6. Right now, Corey has your fast lap. Man, Corey's been fast all day. He had the fastest lap in practice, too. At a 15.05. Nobody else is out on the track quite yet. Yeah, like I was saying, it's race 2 of season 3 for Mars. Let's go back and check and see our standings real quick. I don't have a way to put it on the screen. So just bear with me and listen close. Let's see if I can't pull it up real quick. Also, probably a good idea to make sure my sound's working. I see Larry's back from last week. What's up, Larry? Let's go check those standings, excuse me. And the guys at Mars this season, they're doing a new website for standings. It's super easy to get around. Looks like Austin Smith is going to be in first place with 40 points. So winner gets 40, second place gets 35, and then on down it's 1 point subtracted by that, if that makes sense. So second place gets 35, third place gets 34, fourth gets 33, so on and so forth. So if you win a race, you get that 5-point bump from second place. So anyway, with that being said, your points after week 1, going from top to bottom, are Austin Smith, Brandon Puffenbarger, Corey Crowell, Gary Donnellan, Wesley Triplett, Casey Gross, Aldolfo Castillo, Jarrett Larder, Michael Smith, Joshua Neal, Ian Campbell, Caleb McKinney, Brennan Stubbs, Wayne Garland, Cameron Combs, and Jeremy Carter. So out of those guys, is there anybody that's not here tonight? I'm not seeing Casey Gross out here tonight, and he's in P4, P6 so far in the season standings. Aldolfo Castillo, another guy that's not out here. Ian Campbell. That might be Alex Campbell. Yeah, that's Alex Campbell. I'm sorry about that, Alex. So we've got a few guys that aren't out here that raced last weekend. Also, we've got a newcomer that raced with us last season, about won the championship, Quentin Sutton. He's a super fast guy, but not quite as quick as Brandon Puffenbarger in qualifying, as he sets a new top lap at the 14.9. So earlier we checked, and Corey was a P1 driver. And looks like Brandon beat him by 7/100ths of a second. Let me check real quick, see how much time we have left on qualifying. We've got about 2 minutes left for qualifying. 2 minutes, and we'll get this grid going. Yeah, so I'm excited. I do not know if I had to pick somebody to win tonight. Oof, I don't know. I think Brandon, maybe. Another guy that's good at these short tracks. Quentin's pretty good at these short tracks. Alex, or excuse me, Austin Smith, he's good around here. I just wonder if he can hold on to those tires. You know, from last week, we saw Austin has the skill to win these races. It's just a matter of if he can hold on to those tires, how far him and Brandon Puffenbarger push out early. If they do, it looks like they qualified 1-2, so it's going to be up to those two to determine the pace of this race. Another thing to think about is this series is used to having a faster pair. There is no faster pair at Bristol. So does that determine the aggressive level at the beginning of this race? There's just so many questions that are yet to be answered. They'll be answered shortly. Let me check how many laps we're running tonight. I believe we're running 150, but I do not. We got 160 laps tonight. And then after this, we've got a stretch of some pretty good racetracks: Kansas, Talladega, Las Vegas, Iowa, Mid-Ohio, and Homestead. So that's the end of the regular season. After regular season, we're going to go to Phoenix, Kentucky, Atlanta, and we're going to finish out the season at Auto Club. So what a great schedule these guys put together. There's something for everybody. So it's not going to be leaning towards, a certain driving style. They've got road courses in there. They've got everything that you need. So, they've got low grip tracks. They've got low banking tracks. They've got high banking tracks. They got Bristol, Talladega. I mean, it's going to be a great season. I'm glad that I can be here with everybody. And I'm not with how short the track is. I'm not going to pull anybody. I don't want to distract anybody, and you know. But if we get a caution early, or it's depending on what we got going on, we might pull some people. All right, here's our starting grid. We got Brandon Puffenbarger in the lead. Following him is Austin Smith, Corey Crowell, Cameron Combs, Gary Donnellan, Alex Campbell, Wesley Triplett, Joshua Neal, Caleb McKinney, Jarrett Larder, Quentin Sutton, and Wayne Garland. So there's a couple guys, Brandon Puffenbarger, Austin Smith. We all know here those guys have got the speed. Corey, he's up there. I don't quite remember what happened to him last race. I think he had a little bit of damage, and then Wesley was up there too. Ended up just getting he took two tires too early. Austin and Brandon took theirs later, ended up going away with the race, and it was a race between them two. Jarrett Larder back in 10th. He qualified on pole last week. Ended up having a problem on lap one. Ended up in the grass somehow. Alex Campbell, another one of those guys that just he looked really good. Pitted a little too early. Austin Smith and Brandon Puffenbarger ended up passing him in the end. But it's a new week. We've got 160 laps to decide who's going to win this race. And me personally, I do not have a clue. I believe we have 13 cars out here tonight. Let me double check that. Let's see, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. That doesn't sound like a lot. This is a small track. And these guys are going to give, I don't know. They might give room, they might not. We'll just have to wait and see. We've got all types of speed, all types of driving styles. Will there be a clash? We had some trouble last week. Or do we have any emotions left over from last week as they roll off of pit road here? Man, I'm excited. I can't wait. And a little updating regarding the broadcast. If you look at the top left, you have those two Mars logos, and they kind of, intersect each other. It doesn't look very good. I know, and I'm working on getting that fixed. Another thing to know is Manning. He's not in the race tonight. So if you're wondering what's up with him, he is Mars Race Control. So that's why he never started this race. Let's see. I think if I had to pick a driver to watch early, I'm picking that guy in 11th place, Quentin Sutton. He's the dude that I'd be watching early. He's fast. He's bad fast, and he's starting in the back. This is his first race of the year. He already missed one, so he's going to be looking to make up some points early. We can't forget about that faster pair. It is so important to remember that there is not a faster pair. All right, there goes the pace truck.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag, Brandon Puffenbarger takes it. Austin Smith with a great start. Does he get black flagged for passing here? What happened to Brandon Puffenbarger? Austin Smith's out in the lead here. I don't know. That was a really good start for Austin. It might have been a little too good. And Austin's going to start pulling away with this. Let's go to the back. Let's watch the 82 here, Joshua Neal, as he goes around the outside. He's trying to get the outside on Wesley Triplett. Wesley's going to push him up a little bit, not too much. Looks like he's going to get past him, no problem. Let's go up here with Corey, see what he's doing. Corey looks like he's trying to just ride that middle. Not lose too much speed on the bottom, because how new these tires are, those top guys can pull away. As Joshua Neal goes outside of Alex Campbell here. Looks like Alex floated up a little bit, but he saves it. Looks like they're starting to even out a little bit here. If you were wondering how fast this race was going to go by tonight, we're already on lap 5. Whoa!
All right, man, caution is out.
Hold on, we got a caution. Jarrett! Oh, he just barely missed that inside wall. Alex and Jarrett Campbell, both on Freedom Motorsports. What happened? While we got a caution, let's go back and watch it. So I noticed them, looked like they were about to go 3 wide, but they didn't. So Alex checks up. 76, who is that? Caleb McKinney? Caleb McKinney just bumps him up. Caleb hits the outside wall. Alex hits the outside wall. And then what happens to Jarrett? Did Jarrett just miss it going inside? All right, here's Jarrett. Let's go watch this from his view, see if we can understand what happens. He's right behind the initial wreck. So we got Wesley in pit road. Looks like he just locked it up, and he got hit from behind. Yeah, the car behind him hit him. Hold on, let's go back and watch that one more time, and then we'll get back on the lead here. So who's behind? Sorry, I've got live timing pulled up, so it's a little messed up here. Was it Quentin? Yeah, it looks like, let's see what happens here from Quentin's view. So you'll watch the 76 of Caleb McKinney get into Alex, push him up the track. Caleb goes in to avoid it, and Jared, he was clear. I just don't know if he knew it. He couldn't see it from his outside. Let's go live here. Looks like Alex is trying to fix some of that damage. I hate to see it so early. And he's back out on the track. Let's see if he goes a lap down. I'm still showing him on the lead lap, so he should be good here. As we go up front, looks like we've got one more to the 1 to green. So we'll probably be going 1 to green next time by. It's lap 9. And see, so we were talking about it right when it looks like they're starting to get a little bit stretched out. We had some trouble. And does Jarrett have any damage on his rear end? Did Caleb McKinney get any damage from that? Let's see if we can't see the front end of him. I'm struggling finding a good view of it. So from the cockpit, he looks okay. Looks like Austin Smith elects the top lane there. Brandon Puffenbarger fills in the inside. Cameron Combs up here. We haven't talked about him tonight. He's up here just chilling in second or third place. Gary Donnellan on the inside. So I think what's going to happen is Austin gets the lead here. If Cameron gets a good start, I think he can get past Brandon on the outside. We'll have to wait and see as we come around to the green flag here. Everybody's checking up. Looks like they're a little bit loose on that bottom. I'd like them to tighten up a little bit. All right, here we go. Austin has it. There's the green flag. Ooh, Cameron did not get the start that he was probably hoping for. We'll see if he's able to get around Brandon on the outside here. Austin's going to stay on that high line, pick up some speed here. Let's go watch this battle for second place as they're side by side. Cameron's going to pull it around the outside, and he's going to have enough speed to get past Brandon here. Let's see what he does here now. Looks like he's going to stay up top. Brandon's going to float that middle, and Cameron Combs is coming up pretty quick to Austin now. There Austin goes. He must have got a little loose in the turn. As they're using that top lane, you just wonder how much extra tire it takes to run up there. As Cameron shoots down the bottom, he's going to get even with him, but that run off of the top for Austin Smith just takes him right past Cameron. Early in this run, it's going to be hard. All night, really, it's going to be hard to pass on the inside. It's all going to be about saving your tires. Austin Smith's not about that saving tires. He's going to get as far out as possible, and he wants to run fast. And Cameron Combs is right there with him as he inches a little bit closer to him every time. And I talked so much last week about dirty air. It's still an issue, but it is not near as much of an issue tonight as it was last week. It looks like Cameron's trying to find some speed. As he goes way down to the bottom this time, he's going to get about to the door of him again, but that run that Austin gets off of the top. Austin might have gotten to the wall there. As Brandon, looks like Brandon's kind of hanging back, saving those tires. Let's see where he's running. Actually, Brandon goes into fourth. Gary Donnellan passes him on the inside. So Gary's running that bottom lane, but he's running it pretty hard. So I don't think he's saving too much tire here, but he should be saving tires compared to these top two that are running this top lane. Let's see if we can get both of these battles in one. You can see Cameron has speed. It just looks like the line that he's taking. Austin's just taking a defensive line. He shoves it in top, slows it down early, really gets a run off the end of it. So if Cameron does decide to go low and try and pass him, Austin has such a good run off turn 2 and turn 4. It's just hard to make the pass as Gary gets a little loose there at third. Oh, we got a wreck. Oh, it's Quentin. Quentin Sutton's turned around. And Jarrett Larder's with him. Was it retaliation from last wreck? What happened this time? Let's see. Let's go back and watch the replay real quick. All right, so that's Quentin on the inside. You've got Joshua Neal on the outside of him and Corey behind him. Let's see what happens here. So he's looking good. Runs up top here. Got a good bunch of guys right here. I don't know what place he was running. He just gets loose and loses it. And Jarrett does the same. Looks like both of them were able to not touch anything. So after 4 tires here, let's just make sure, and then let's go back live, see if we can get a pit. So here's Jarrett's view here of the wreck. See, he just breaks it up. And he's headed right for it, but he saves it. Wow, good job. I don't think they touched anything. Good job from everybody avoiding there. Let's go live. We're back to Quentin here. Looks like Alex Campbell is the first to go in. Everybody behind Alex Campbell pits. So 9th place, Michael Smith and up. They stay out. Let's go watch this pit road battle. Alex Campbell, again, is the first one. He's in 10th to go into pits. 10th through 13th, all pit here. Let's see what they do. I'm having trouble finding Quentin. He just lagged. I don't know what happened, why he's lagged back so far, but he's back there. All right, here they go into pits. I wish that big screen would get out of our way so we could watch them. There you go. Looks like Wayne might have just taken fuel there. Filled up with gas. Jarrett looks to be the same. Quentin and Alex are still on, so Alex might still have some damage there. And then I'm assuming maybe when Quentin got into Alex initially, or I believe it was Quentin, it might have roughed up that nose a little bit. As Quentin is the only car left on pit road now. Is he going to beat him off of pit road? He's not. Quentin's going to go a lap down here. How many laps does he go down? Let's go back and watch Austin Smith here. Let's see if we're choosing this time by. It might be this time, might be next time. We are 25 laps into this race. We've had 2 cautions. Freedom Motorsports is having it rough tonight. Hopefully they can get it figured out. Jarrett hasn't been involved in either of the wrecks. He got turned off of one after the wreck. And then that one just hit the brakes a little too hard, looked like. As we go to the choose cone here, Austin goes high. Cameron goes to the bottom. Gary goes up top. Brandon goes up top. Caleb McKinney goes down bottom, so on and so forth as they split out. Looks like they're pretty even. And Quentin. Is he on track? There he is, there at the back. So Quentin is back on the track now. But Alex is not. Alex better hurry up to get around to the start here. I think he might make it. I'm not seeing him yet. There he is. He'll be all right. There's the green flag waving again. Austin Smith is doing really good on restarts today as he gets a good jump out. Are they going 3 wide behind him? They almost go 3 wide for second place. It looks like Cameron's just fighting Caleb to stay in second. Let's see how much traction Caleb has on the bottom here. He rolled that bottom really good, but just look at the run that Cameron gets. Off of the turn, being up on that high lane. And he's going to get past Cameron here. Or Caleb, excuse me. Brandon Puffenbarger scrapes into the wall. Let's take a ride with Brandon for a minute. See Gary get a little loose off of turn 4 there. Let's see if Brandon can take advantage of it. It looks like he thought about going down to the inside and going too wide, but decided not to in the end. There he goes. He shoots to the bottom. And he's loose! He's turning around. He saves it, though. Oh, they throw the caution. What a great save by Brandon Puffenbarger. It looks like he threw it in there pretty deep and just couldn't quite bring it back to where he needed to be. And let's replay there and see what happens. So it looks like he just sends it in pretty deep. But he did a great job saving it. Everybody behind him did a really good job of checking up. Well, let's go back live and watch. As Cameron Combs is the first car to come into pit. Looks like he's going to be followed by Corey Crowell, Wesley Triplett, Wayne Garland, and Quentin might have stayed out. Quentin stays out. I'm only showing Quentin to be 1 lap down, so in 160 laps, he can make that up. That's no problem. So we've got 4 cars in pit road here. We've got Cameron Combs, Corey Crowell, Wesley Triplett, and Wayne Garland. Let's watch this race off of pit road. Wayne's off. Wesley's off. Looks like Cameron's the only one of them that took 4 tires. Everybody else might have taken 2. So they come off with Wesley, Corey, then Wayne, and then Cameron Combs. There's just a question about how bad are your tires and how important is track position. They can make about 90 to 95 laps on a full fuel run, and that's without cautions. So with the cautions we've had, I don't think everybody's pitted. Even right now, if we go green here, you're going to have to make a stop about lap 130 and then make a 30-lap run. Probably split that into two a little bit better and stop about lap 100. But we'll have to see here as we're coming to the choose cone, see what happens. I bet Austin goes up top. We'll see. Do we have a car back down pit road? No, we don't. Excuse me. Here we go. So Caleb McKinney's making his way up. He's gained 7 positions tonight. He's the biggest mover of the race right now. As he goes to the bottom, Austin goes back up top, then Gary, and then in 4th place is going to be Joshua Neal. He's barely stayed out of trouble tonight. Looks like he's finally making his way up to the front. Alex Campbell starting in the 3rd row up top. Jarrett Larder, 3rd row on the bottom. They've also had some pretty bad luck tonight. Let's see if that can go different this time around. They're going to get mad at me if it doesn't. They're going to say I broadcast cursed them. Sorry, guys. All right, truck's off.
Green, green, green.
They're green. Austin Smith gets a great start again. Caleb McKinney on the inside. Looks like Gary Donnell is going to get a chance to pass him here on the outside. There you go. Caleb McKinney gets a good run off that inside. And I'd like to go back, and I wonder how much Austin's starting to see these old tires come into play. It hasn't been a problem for him yet, as Alex Smith looks like he's about to make a move back, or Alex Campbell. Joshua Neal goes low to protect that inside line. And Wayne Garland's falling backwards. It looks like Brandon and Quentin Sutton are back here. Kobe Sutton, excuse me. As Brandon goes around the top trying to he might go to the inside of Wayne here. It looks like he's just playing it safe, but he has a lot of room to make up. Alex Campbell on the inside of Joshua. He make the pass here. He does complete the pass. Let's see what happens down here. And while all this happens, look like we might have a battle for the lead here. Caleb McKinney might finally be able to get up there and battle Austin. Nobody's been able to really battle him. They've been able to get even with him on the inside, but Austin's been able to pull away on that top lane. Austin has been using the top lane all race, so you start to wonder how much he's starting to get loose up there. As Caleb's going to poke his nose in on the inside, but Austin just gets that fantastic run that he's been able to produce all night off the top. These guys are racing hard tonight. As Caleb McKinney goes to the inside, he just can't get even with him. If he could get to that quarter panel, he might be able to get a run. Might be able to, dive it in deep, pull it up top, get his bumper in front of Austin. But I don't know. Cameron Combs is back battling Corey Crowell in 9th. Wesley's back there with those new sets of tires. These two are busy battling each other. It looks like everybody from 5th up is starting to pull away a little bit. Cameron Combs is about to get a run here at Wesley Triplet. He goes to the inside, and he's loose. He's really loose. Does he save it? He saved it. And he was one of the only guys that took 4 tires there, so I wonder if he was just pushing too hard too soon. It's been a few laps, so you think he'd be good by now. The same thing happened to Brandon. He shoved it in and just wasn't able to stick on the inside as well as those guys up on the high line. So high line might just be the far superior line. You also have rubber building up top, and I'm not talking about into the track. There's rubber on top of the track on that top lane, so that might come into play a little bit later. This Corey Combs looks like Cameron Combs, excuse me, looks like he's about to take another stab at Brandon. He's getting pretty close there. Let's check on our leaders. Looks like Caleb's a lot better on entry, but Austin's just able to pull off. I think Austin has the best exit by far out in the field. Let's see. As Cameron goes back inside, you can tell those tires are starting to get a little bit old on him. But he's trying to do what he can to keep up with Austin. Don't let him get too far away. He might be trying to save a little bit of tire. Austin cuts it back inside, trying something a little bit new. Still has a great run off. As long as Austin can maintain. Oh, it looks like he might have gotten a little loose there. I don't know. Caleb's coming up pretty quick now. Austin might be out of ideas. Yep, there he goes. He's trying the inside now. I'm not sure if Austin is pit yet. If that's the case, it's been about 60 laps. He might be trying to come in at lap 180 or so. But then again, with all these yellow flags we have, surely these guys are pitting. And I'm just incorrect. I bet he's going to stay out as long as he can here. Go for the pits. Cameron Combs is in pit lane. Let's see what happened to him. Looks like he takes right sides after that slide. He's taking 4 tires here. So he's just hoping to get a little bit of jump. I'm ready to see his lap time now. And Cameron Combs is sitting here about to go 5 laps down. So now I don't know if he's repairing damage or I'm not showing anything on my notifications that he hit a wall, but you never know. As we go back to the battle for the lead here, Austin's been able to stretch it back out. And this is Corey. Corey's running in 7th place right now. He started off in 3rd, maybe 4th. And for whatever reason, he's falling back a little bit.
All right, man. Caution.
Oh, we got a caution. Where is it? Wayne Garland. Let's check on Wayne. Oh, no. Look at that left front. Looks like Wayne smacked something pretty good. I bet he got loose and hit that inside wall. Let's go back and check right now. All right, let's see what happens here. I was wondering with these guys running up top when they would start to get a little too loose. And there he goes. He just goes around, tries to save it. Oh, and just doesn't quite make it. Just barely taps that, but look at the damage he gets from it. So we'll have to wait and see how fast he can get that fixed, if he can get it fixed. As we go back in, I bet we see everybody come into the pits here for sure, surely, right? We had some guys pit about 20 laps ago. And it looks like Alex Campbell stays out. He is the only person to stay out. So this might bite him here. And when we can, if we get the chance, we'll pull Austin here. I want to get him through his pit first. And let's see what everybody does here on pit road. I'm curious, Alex staying out. And I don't have a thing that shows me when the last time they pitted, but you gotta. I mean, if everybody pits behind him on fresh tires, he's got to be in some trouble. Also, they can make it 90 to 95 laps on a green flag run. So, with the amount of cautions we've had it now, it looks like everybody went ahead and took 2 to 4. Austin takes 2. Your top 3 took 2. Everybody else went 4. Let's pull him real quick. Austin, this is Nate up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Nate. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you feeling? You've been dominating today.
Yeah, I feel good about it. Just trying to get in a rhythm. I got a mirror full of Caleb on that last run there, so just trying to figure out what he's doing to be a little faster and try to take his line when I can. But feeling good. Hopefully get a good restart here and get back in the lead.
All right, man. I just want to check in with you. You're running great. We hope to see you here in the near future. Keep doing you, man.
Appreciate it, Nate.
What a solid dude. I said last week, this is such a solid group of guys as Alex stays up top. Austin's going to go inside. So if Alex can get a good run, we'll see. I think his tires are at least 20 laps old. So, you know, we were able to see Austin stay out for as long as he did and do pretty good. So, you know, it's hard to tell with these short tracks and how much these guys are saving. What's really going to happen, and look at how much more. There's only 4 guys that elect to take the bottom, so if that shows you what's preferred. Here we go back to the green. It's going to be Alex on the top that takes it, and I'll be happy for him to lead a few laps.
Green.
Alex is the one with the great start this time. Let's see what happens, though, to Austin on the inside and how quick Alex starts to fall back, because now you can see those old tires come into effect as Caleb McKinney's going to give him a shove on the back. Looks like Caleb thinks about taking him 3 wide, and Alex is hanging on for dear life here. Caleb again peeking on the inside of Austin Smith, and they're both going to get past Alex here, and Austin is back in the lead. Caleb sideways! He saved it! What? Are you kidding me right now? Did he just save that? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. We have to go back and watch that. I'm sorry. He was completely sideways. I knew he was wrecking. Come on. So he goes in here, tries to take it low, just like Brandon and who else was it that got in trouble? And he saves it. Great job avoiding that from everybody else. Let's go back live here. As Wayne's back in pit, Cameron's back in pits. And that doesn't put him too far back. He's made his way back up to, looks like 5th. Yeah, he's in 5th. Alex is back in, he's about to get past, but struggling with those old tires. And what a save. Now we got Jarrett up here in 2nd. This is the best place he's been in tonight. And now he's the mover of the race with 8 spots. And how far is, oh, good Lord, Austin's checked out. There's Austin way up there. Did you see him? I don't blame you if you didn't. If you peek, you should see a little speck. That's Austin, way up in turn 1 and 2. So he has managed to get a 3.5 second lead here. And with it being, well, the way we're looking at right now is we're going to have another pit stop. And we've got a caution. Where's the wreck? I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. Hold on. It's not showing me anybody wrecked. Was it Caleb again? It might have been Caleb McKinney. He's back all the way in 11th now. Well, let's go back and figure out. Yeah, I think we're going to have Caleb spin again. Yep, there it is. So he's racing hard here. Starts to lose it. Does a great job correcting. And he just ends up losing it in the end. But hey, he didn't touch a single wall there. Now let's go back one more time there. And I want to watch his wheel. I want you guys to watch his steering wheel and watch the input he does to keep it off the wall. There he goes, starts to lose it. Does a great job, and then he's going around. And look at him just keeping it off the walls. Perfect driving as Caleb stayed out. Oh no, he just hasn't been. Looks like the only 2 to pit there are Alex Campbell and Corey Crowell. And now Alex is the one with the fresh tires, and we are now inside of a green flag run. Everybody can make it. With that caution, these guys that are on the track right now should be able to save enough fuel to make it all the way to the end. Now I got something saying Jarrett crashed. Austin Smith crashed. What's going on here? Hold on. I think it's just the speed. It was just a little glitch with the speed that he was doing. Just make sure he didn't touch anything. Oh, yeah, he's good. Let's go back live. So it looks like he's going to start off second here. Again, your big mover of the race is going to be Jarrett. He started in 9th place, all the way up to second right now. Austin Smith, that was a, what, 5-lap run, 10-lap run. By the end of it, he had a 3-second lead. So now, you know, that would have been great for him. He could just sit up there, maintain, save his tires, and he could have ran the lights out of this place. And we all know Austin has the skill to do something like that. So I bet these guys from second on back to 13th are happy that that's not the case. It looks like Cameron Combs is down 15 laps. Wayne Garland's down 13 laps is what I'm showing. Again, it says Manning's out, but he's not. He's the race control. It has Combs out too, but I'm showing Combs back on the track. So it said Cameron Combs was out of the race. And he might be. Looks like Cameron Combs might have took it to the garage. I believe he did, guys. Here we go on the backstretch, getting ready to go green. It looks like Jarrett took the inside. Austin's going to take the outside here. Wesley Triplett, we haven't talked about him tonight. Wesley Triplett starting down on that in 3rd place. Gary Donnellan, he's been up here fighting all night. It's just a matter of getting past Austin. If they can get past Austin, there's no telling what can happen. Jarrett doesn't get a very good start. Gary with a great start. He's going to leapfrog Austin for second, or Jarrett for second. Got a car on the wall. About hit the wall again there. They've all got fresh tires pretty much. Brandon running right up next to that wall. Again, I was wondering, you see Brandon getting up in that rubber. Let's see how much he's turning his wheel on this top. Looks like he's doing pretty good, and that rubber's not affecting, I don't even see it from his cockpit view. Watch as we go into 1 and 2 here. You can't even hardly tell from this view. He's maintaining. Austin's out there building his lead again. He's right along with Wesley in 4th here. Last lap, Gary Donnellan in 2nd place was the fastest. He had Austin Smith by a whole 10th that lap. And that was his fastest lap of the race. Let's go right through. Looks like Austin got a little loose. Oh, we got a wreck. Alex Campbell. I'm not seeing any damage yet. Michael Smith involved too. Alex Campbell, Michael Smith. I don't think Wayne was involved. I think he just has some damage. Let's go back and watch real quick. See what happened. Go faster, please. Yeah, these guys are doing a great job keeping it off of everything. So again, we've got 2 cars involved. Neither one of them hit anything.
Just a quick housekeeping note, if you do pit while we are coming to the cheese, you will to line up your times
Hold on, I want to watch this from Caleb's view. Let's watch this from Caleb's view. And look how close this was. So you see him starting to lose it there. Let's go back a little bit more. Starts to lose it. Caleb says, uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. We're live here. It looks like Wesley Triplett is the only one to take pit road here. Let's ride along with him. Since he's the only one, does he take 4 tires here? I think I would. Ride along with him, see what he decides to do. All right, let's see. There he goes. He's got plenty of time here. Oh, looks like he just fills up with gas. So, again, looks like there's 11 cars left on the lead lap. Wayne Garland's sitting 9 laps down. Or 13 laps down, excuse me. Cameron Combs is out of the race. Man, I feel like I doubted Austin a little too much. I thought he was going to burn those tires up, but he is really dominating tonight. I mean, I think he started second. Brandon Puffenbarger started first, I believe. Yes, that's correct. And, I mean, Austin got the lap. He got it fast, and he has not looked back. Alex Campbell led a few there on caution. And I think before he got back to the green, Austin was passing him. So what a performance. In the first 100 laps, this race by far belongs to Austin Smith. And if he could win tonight, he's looking at 80 points just into week 2. I mean, you can't ask for a better start to your season than winning 2 races. Assuming... Let's see, Brandon Puffenbarger's all the way back up to 4th. So, assuming, let's say Brandon finishes 2nd in this race, Austin finishes 1st, he's looking at a 10-point lead in points. Maybe 9, because I think Puff got the pole. And I think you get a point for getting the pole, but I'm not for sure on that. All right, let's go. We're about to go green here. Jarrett Larder still sitting in 3rd. Looks like he likes to go to the top this round. We'll see how good of a start Gary gets. Austin right when he gets into it, he goes. Jarrett with a great start on the outside. Looks like they touch a little bit now for 2nd place. Gary pushes it pretty deep into turn 1 now. Does he go in front of Jarrett? He does. Does Jarrett give him a shove? He does. Shoves him real good into turn 3 and 4 here. Jarrett probably didn't like that very much, so he shoved it right in front of him. But hey, he was clear, and it's Bristol, baby. We're looking at the battle for 4th here. As Brandon Puffenbarger still sticking with that top lane. Caleb McKinney has been able to make this bottom work just as good as anybody tonight as he passes Jarrett. Jarrett's into the wall. Corey's going to try and do the same thing, pass him down on the inside. He's not quite going to be able to, as he looks like he has a little wobble. They're even going in. Looks like Jarrett's going to get a pretty good run off of this turn, as he does. And Quentin got super loose coming off of the turn. These two have a lot of pace now, as they're catching Joshua Neal in 4th place. Austin's leading by Gary by 0.7 of a second as we watch this battle for 4th place. It looks like Garrett's struggling. He's just... People are passing him on the inside, so he goes inside. Now they go up top, and they're trying to pass him up there. Does he try and slide up in front of Joshua? He does not. Maybe he does here. He's got the room, and he's got the pass. Brandon, does he slide inside? No. He does not. go back and watch Buffenbarger, see if he can make this pass on Joshua Neal. Looks like he's going to have a run here. Does he cross him over? Looks like he tries to stay up top and gets on the brakes a little bit because it looked like Joshua Neal was going to close that door. And here he goes. He's going to get side by side here. He might be able to make the pass here in 3 and 4. And he is able to make that pass. And now he's going to go up and try and get Jarrett for 5th. Let's go up here and check on Austin. Pretty normal things going on. Austin's got an 8/10 of a second gap and leading. That last lap, he was the second fastest on the track. Gary Donnellan was 5/100ths of a second faster.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Oh, I just heard an engine blow. I just heard an engine blow. Who was it? Was it Quentin? It was Quentin. And for me personally, Quentin was one of the favorites coming into the night. He is bad fast when he wants to be. So it looks like he lost it pretty early in the turn. And I'd like to do this pretty quick because I bet everybody comes in. He's up top. Just starts to go around on him. He's going right. Boom. And he's blown. His race is over, guys. Let's see what Austin decides to do here. Austin's going to come in. And it looks like everybody else is going to follow suit. I don't see anybody staying out so far. Michael Smith is going to go get his lap back. Everybody pits here now. Do you take 4 tires? It's 54 laps to the end. Here we go. Austin's in his pit box. Brandon's about 4 seconds behind him. Let's see what everybody does here. Does somebody take 2 tires and try and get that position away from Austin? If we get 2 cars to take 2 tires, Austin takes 4. Get him out of that front row. We might have a race here. And nope, looks like everybody had the same idea going. Everybody takes 4 all the way around. And that's going to keep Austin up in first. Let's pull Brandon Puffenbarger really fast into the booth. Brandon, this is Nate up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you were bad fast in qualifying, bad fast in practice, and then something happened. You fell back a little bit. What's your plan to get back up to the front and battle for a win here?
Hope they all wreck because I don't have the speed like Austin and Corey and Caleb. So I'm just gonna try my best to stay out of trouble and see what I can do. See if these guys start to get races. See what happens.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck staying out of trouble. I know it's probably really hard, and it looks like everybody's pretty loose out there tonight. So, anyways, good luck, Brandon. We hope to talk to you at the end.
Sounds good.
All right, well, you heard it from him. He was arguably the fastest car last night. It looks like Bristol just hasn't been nice to him this week. He doesn't have the speed, according to him. So we'll have to see. We know he's fast. It just looks like he's getting a little loose, trying lines, trying to go up top, and Austin is just easily, man. He is hard to beat tonight. If somebody doesn't get out in front of him, I think it might be a little too late. We got 50 laps to go. Green flag. Austin with another great start, and Wesley Triplett with a great start in second place. He's going to get outside of Gary here for second. I don't know if he's going to be able to make the passes. Gary's going to slide up in front of him. Wesley goes down low. He's going to slide up. That's been pretty dangerous for people as there he goes. Corey goes low. Caleb goes low. Brandon goes low. And that has not worked out for anybody tonight. They're trying to cut. You cannot cross people over. It has made every single person loose tonight. It is not. I promise you it's not a skill issue. These guys are great drivers. So, I don't know if it's the heat or the amount of rubber being laid. I don't know what the track temp is. The next caution, we'll check it out. But these guys, something's going on where they cannot cross over. They can't dive it inside and go for that little slide job kind of excuse me, pass. And Wesley, man, it looked like he had a shot at second there, a real shot. But Gary's been one of our fastest guys tonight. Gary did not get a win last season. Is tonight the night that he finally gets that win under his belt? Is he the one that can pass Austin? Looks like Caleb McKinney's trying to pass him on the inside right now. And Austin is loving every bit of this as he's already at the start-finish line. 2 seconds ahead. Just like that, these guys are battling like this. Austin said, all right, that's fine. You guys go ahead. See you next week. Looks like Caleb's going to make this pass. Let's see if Gary has anything in response. Brandon's going to push pretty hard here. He hits the brakes. It looks like Gary might have a problem. He might have those tires a little too hot as Brandon tries to make the pass on the inside. And he's going to. I'm willing to say something's wrong with the 4-car Gary. Hopefully he can get those tires cooled off and he can get back up into the contention there as Corey gets real loose. Let's see if Alex is able to make this pass on Corey before he gets it all back together. Corey is super loose. It looks like some of these guys might be asking for a caution so they can come back in and get 4 tires. They did just get a set of tires. Watch these two now. They're on the same team. And it might be what it is. It might be these cold tires. These guys are used to driving on some pretty warm ones. And once you get these tires decently used, I think they might get a little better at Bristol, especially. So now that these tires are warming up, hopefully things settle down a little bit. As Jarrett's going to make the pass on Alex for 8th, excuse me. Austin is 2.5 seconds in front of everybody. With 40 laps to go, he is just saying, please do not give me a caution. And there it is. Brandon Puffenbarger. What happened to Brandon? Let's go back and watch. I'm interested to see how many guys we have come down pit road. I don't think he's going to touch anything. He might touch that outside wall a little tiny bit. Nope, he just loses it. Locks it up right when he needs to lock it up. Doesn't touch a dang thing. So I bet Brandon comes in here, gets new tires on. Like he said, Bristol just has not been kind. I'm about to have the iRacing overlay pop up. I'm sorry. I just want to check this track temp. Track temp 78 degrees. So it's not too hot out here. I just think it might be the tires. The way the truck drives now, it can get really loose. If you get on it too early or you bring too much speed in, it really wants to go around. Brandon looks like he had trouble picking up a little late there. Let's go to the top and see what happens here. Does Austin fake a pit or does it just... Nope, Austin says, I'm staying out. So again, Austin's able to build that 2.5 second lead. And we get that caution. And we're getting close, guys. We got 37 laps to go. Does anybody have anything for Austin Smith? If anybody does, I think it's the other two in this top 3. I think the top 3 are your best 3 drivers tonight. They've been able to work their way through, stay out of trouble. And I think if it's anybody, it's going to be one of these top 3 drivers that can pass it. Caleb McKinney, he's been great. Nobody's been able to run the bottom like Caleb tonight. He's really got the bottom figured out better than any of these guys as to where Austin Smith kind of stuck up top. But I don't know if Caleb, if Austin does decide to go low, can Caleb run the top? I don't think we've seen him run the top all that much tonight. Gary Donnellan, he might have the fastest lap of the race. No, he does not have the fastest lap of the race, but a few cautions ago once these tires get a little bit used, I think Gary's your fastest guy. But if they get sideways for second again, they get side by side for second place, Austin Smith's just going to go out there and build that 2-second lead, and they're not going to be able to catch him. So they got to be careful with how much they battle. They might need to work together here to get past Austin. Wesley Triplett's back up in 4th place. Remember how fast he was. Then he had that slide. So we'll see what happens here. It'll be interesting as I think we're coming to the choose right now. If you're in the broadcast and you are able to, please do me a favor and type who you think is going to win this race. I'm interested to see if everybody has the same opinion that I do. I think really Austin fakes up top. Everybody knew he was going up top. Gary goes up top with him. Caleb's going to go on the inside. And like we said, Caleb's really been able to run that bottom lane good tonight. So we'll see if he's able to get a good start here. Larry said the 23 car of Austin Smith. Larry, I'm right with you. I think that's a great pick. I think it's his race to lose. But I think you can agree with me in saying that if there is somebody that can beat him, it's one of these guys in 2nd and 3rd. And that guy starting on the inside, he's got a dang good shot. Let's see what happens here. It's going to take a good start. Gary's been pretty good on these restarts, so if he gets beside him here.
Green, green, green.
As there's the push, Gary gets a great start. Caleb doesn't quite get the good start. Wesley Triplett's going to go up top. See if he can pass Caleb on the inside. Caleb's going to slide up. No, he stays down low, gives Gary that outside lane. There he goes. Now he's going to slide up, and they're only half a second behind Austin. So they did what they need to do. They're battling a little bit further back in the pack. Caleb's still trying that bottom lane. It looks like Gary's inching closer and closer to him. Wesley's doing a good job staying up there. But does anybody have what it takes to catch this 23 car? You can tell here that Caleb's giving it everything he can to get up there and fight Austin for the win. Looks like Austin got a little loose going out of 4 there. I think Austin's pretty loose. Caleb's actually making some pretty good headway on him. He's brought it all the way down to half a second. He's starting to float up the track. It's back out to 6/10. Last time by, Austin had a 6/100th of a second advantage. He might have it again. He gets pretty loose. I was going to say because Caleb got loose, but so did Austin there.
All right, man.
Caution's out, Alex Campbell. I don't think he touched anything. That's been a theme. Oh, I don't know. It looks like he's got some nose damage potentially. We'll have to just go back and see. Oh, yeah, it looks like that nose might be crunched up a little bit. Oh, yeah. So he's going to go inside, just like all the other people that have gotten loose tonight. He hits that apron, tries to, he just overcorrects it right into that wall, and he smacks it pretty good. Let's go back live. I don't want to miss the pits here. All right, big decision. 25 laps to go. Do you take tires? Last week, fresh tires is what won Austin this race. They're pretty close. They don't know what they're going to do. Austin's leaning. He's going to stay out. Gary stays out. Wesley goes in. Joshua stays out. Brandon Puffenbarger stays out. Not quite as many guys as I thought. So Wesley's going to have about 20 laps here to go from potentially looks like 6th or so. So he can start on the, third row, potentially the second, with how many guys have been electing to go up to the top. If he starts on the second row on the inside, on these fresh tires, Austin's tires are 30 laps old. We saw what happened to Alex when he stayed out. Does he take 2 here? Michael Smith's going to take 2 tires. Wesley's going to take 4. Everybody behind Wesley's taking 4 here. So Michael Smith's going to leapfrog Wesley on pit road with the 2-tire decision. He's going to go to 6th. Wesley's going to go back to 7th. Jarrett in 8th. Corey in 9th. And Corey was really, really fast beginning early in the race. So, we'll see what happens. Wesley and Michael, we'll just have to see what happens here with the choose cone. As Wayne goes to the bottom to let all these drivers by. So let's see if we can get a view where we can watch this whole thing unfold, because it's really important. All right, you see the 5 of Brandon Puffenbarger. 1 car behind him is fresh tires. Michael Smith and the 45 took right sides. Wesley Triplett on back has fresh 4s. Another thing to remember is think about how loose these guys have been on fresh tires. But I think in the long run, I think they made the right decision. It's just a matter of how important track position is. Caleb and Austin looks like they might. Ooh, Caleb goes up top. Gary goes to the bottom. Gary's going to start on the inside row. Michael Smith takes the inside, which is going to put Wesley Triplett in 8th for this restart. So Jarrett's going to jump down for 7th in the restart. But again, you got to remember, Austin's starting on that outside line. So Gary has been good all night on the restarts. Caleb's kind of been slugging off. So I think Caleb was doing that so he didn't get black flagged. Gary might be able to go risk it for the biscuit here. Let's see, as they're going green.
Green, green, green.
Huge push from Caleb. That might have been a little too much of a push. As Caleb gets a run on Gary for 2nd place. And remember, these guys don't want to stay side by side for too long. Corey Crowell and Wesley Trippett they're coming. There they are back there. It looks like they're about to go on the outside of Joshua Neal if Joshua doesn't cover this lane up. Corey goes down low. Joshua's a little loose. Slides right in front of Wesley. Oh, that was so close. Wesley checked up for him. Brandon Puffenbarger's running that top. He's in 4th place. Corey's going to look to the inside of Wesley here. On back. It looks like we're getting pretty close up front now to having a race for that race lead. $16 to go. And if these guys that took tires want to make a move, they're going to have to start moving quick. These laps tick down really fast at Bristol. Wesley gets to the outside of Joshua Neal. Looks like Corey's going to try and follow suit. Oh, we got a race for the race lead. Caleb goes to the inside. He's even. And look at the run that he gets off the turn. Austin Smith just has such a good run off of the corners. That was the best chance we've seen all night for somebody, and Caleb's getting loose off of the turn now. We've got one in the wall on further back. And I think it was Puff. I think Brandon Puffenbarger might have kissed the wall a little bit. So Caleb's going to shove back down inside. And I think if he wants any chance, he might have to get a little bit of contact with Austin and get a little bit of a bump and run. Now hold on a minute. Here comes Wesley. Wesley's going to the inside of Gary. 10 to go. Excuse me, 11 to go here. My apologies. Now he can't stay up here for too long. You don't want to stay side by side with Gary as he gets loose. Austin sideways.
Caution is out.
He hits Gary. Hits Corey. Joshua Neal slams the front wall. And nobody saw that coming. What just happened? Hold on, let's go back. He had the lead. Was there contact? I think he might have got pushed here. Was it a bump and run? I think there was just a little bit of contact. I do not think that he did it on purpose. Is Wesley in the... It's Gary Pitts, Brandon Pitts, Michael Pitts, Austin Pitts. Four cars stay out. Wesley Triplett, Caleb McKinney, Corey Crowell, and Jarrett Larder. Let's go back and watch this from the cockpit. Guys, I don't think he touched. I think it might have been net code. Let's watch it from the inside. Here's the deal. I don't think Austin's just going to up and lose it. I think it was purely netcode. But that changes everything. And Wesley Triplett is your P1 right now. Wow. Larry, what happened? I think he meant to touch him. And this is Bristol. And this is the Mars Truck Series. I don't think he would wreck him. I don't think he meant to wreck him. He might have just meant to rattle his cage. But he did it. Here we go to the choose cone. Wesley has got pretty fresh set of tires. Corey's right there with him. Alex Campbell has a pretty good amount of damage back and forth. But Jarrett, I don't think he's got any. We are 7 to go right now. Holy smokes, this changes everything. Austin's back in 7th. Let's see if we can spot any damage. You see the damage on Joshua Neal. And it looks, yeah, Austin's got he's got a bent up nose. Man. Caleb McKinney. He took an EOL for a cause of caution. So it might have been that he did give him the bump, because he took the EOL. Bristol never disappoints. Wesley's going to go low here, potentially. No, now he's going top. Wesley goes top. Corey goes to the bottom. Jarrett Larder's going to fill in on the top. What did Alex Campbell do? Alex went to the bottom. Brandon Puffenbarger back in that 3rd row. So he got his wish of the people up front wrecking. I just think his tires aren't new enough. But did he pit right there? We're going to have a 4-lap shootout for the win. Potentially. That's the 10th caution. We might not be done wrecking. Let's go back. Watch this restart. Pace car's off.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. Wesley with a great start. Looks like Corey's loose. Are they going to go 3 wide here? They're 3 wide for 3rd place. And Corey is really loose. That puts Jarrett Larder in 2nd. And Wesley's in the lead. 3 to go. Does anybody have anything for Wesley? Austin Smith is back in 5th place, but I don't think there's enough time. Alex is loose. Alex is really loose. Austin has to check up in the back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think they might be wrecking. Looks like everybody saves it. Brandon Puffenbarger sideways.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
With 3 laps to go, Brandon goes sideways. And he kissed the inside wall. I don't know if it gave him any damage. I don't think he's going to get any damage from that. He was looking to the inside of Jarrett for second place. Let's go to a little bit better of a view. I like that view because we can see everything. Let's go to the cockpit. We can always kind of tell what happens from there. So he's trying to keep it low, gives it everything he can off. Ooh, Jarrett got loose. I don't think he'll have too much damage from that, but he does go to the back, and he'll probably pit here. Let's go back and watch from Jarrett's. See what happened to Jarrett. Does Jarrett get any damage from this? It looks like there just wasn't a whole lot of room. Jarrett didn't go all the way to the wall here like I'm assuming Brandon thought he would. Yeah, he just didn't go all the way up. Shoves Brandon down into the front, to the bottom fence. And this is the live view. We're back live. Looks like nobody pitted. Everybody stayed out. Gary's back there. Brandon's back there. Austin Smith's in 5th, but he's got some damage. Corey, 4th. He was fast. Alex Campbell in 3rd. And Jarrett Larder in Jarrett Larder's in 2nd, excuse me. All right, here we go for the choose. It's going to be, this is turn, we're going into turn 3 and 4. Like I said, we might not be done wrecking. I don't know. Well, Larry said spin to win in the chat. I'm not sure with that start that Wesley got last time. I'm not sure they're going to catch him. Wesley's going to elect to go back to the top here. Then you got Jarrett on the inside. Alex up top. So here's the question. Wow, look at that. Look who's on the 2nd and the bottom. That's 4th place, but he's on the bottom row. Austin Smith with a green-white checker. Here's the question you have to ask yourself. The 2 car and the 9 car of Jarrett Larder and Alex Campbell are teammates. Surely Alex does not push Wesley here in the start to give him that great start that everybody's been getting on the top. Does that give Jarrett the chance to win? We're about to find out. We're going green, white, checkered. Pace car is off.
Green, green, green.
There's the green flag. Wesley, and we were right, Alex didn't give him the push up top, but look at that's the best start we've seen all night. If anybody has anything, it looks like Jarrett's gonna get the chance, and he closes pretty good right there. Here's the white flag. I don't think he has enough. Is Wesley finally gonna get his win? Jarrett goes inside. He's gonna slide up. He gets off. Everybody's wrecking. Coming to the checkered, Wesley Triplett gets his win at Bristol. Everybody's wrecking in the back. Wow, Wesley gets it. Man, you got to be happy for him. He almost won one last season, got in a wreck, probably had the car that should have won, comes back to Bristol. We've been talking about him all night. He was quick, and he puts it together after 160 laps, only leads about the last 10, but walks away number 1. Burn it down, Wesley. And here's our results. We've got Wesley, Jarrett, Austin Smith, Corey Kraut, Caleb McKinney, Alex Campbell, Brandon Puffenbarger, Michael Smith, Joshua Neal, Gary Donnellan, Wayne Garland, Quentin Sutton, Cameron Combs. And then, again, that bottom one is the race control. So, With everything that happened, Austin was able to get third. Jarrett finishes second, and Wesley finishes in first place. Again, they do a demolition derby after these races. I want to give them the opportunity to get that done before we start pulling people. What we could do is I don't see Jarrett. We can go ahead and pull Jarrett while they do this. So I'm going to rewind it here. Just bear with me. I'm trying to find a half decent view. All right, I know Jarrett isn't racing. Let's go ahead and pull him real fast. Austin's in the waiting room. We'll go ahead and pull him up. Austin, this is Nate in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Nate.
Man, you had it. It looks like you might have gotten pushed, might have been net code, but ended up getting turned around. You almost made it back up there, but couldn't quite make it. You want to walk me through what happened there?
Yeah, I don't have much words. Really sucks. Led most of the laps in that race, and I realized hard racing, but man, it just felt like race was kind of taken away from me. But regardless, stayed in it, got a top 3. Can't complain about that.
Yeah, we weren't able to tell from the broadcast if it was net code, if he ran into the back of you. We're gonna stay out of it, but man, you had a hell of a night. You did super good. You were the fastest car, the fastest lap. There's plenty of season left, and I'm pretty sure you're still gonna walk out of here with the points lead. So all in all, you finished third, had a great night. And I'm sorry it didn't end up with a win, but you know, there's plenty of season left.
Oh yeah, we're good. We got plenty of time left in the season, like you said. We'll be all right. Just got to go on to next week.
All right, man. Anybody before we let you go, you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'm just going to give a shout out to Caleb for ruining that race for me. And we'll give a shout out to everybody that comes out and races with us. I can't do it without everybody here. Can't do it without you in the broadcast booth and Chance keeping everybody in line.
Hey, man. We appreciate you up here, and we're excited to talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks, Nate.
Yeah, we'll see you. Wow. I've never seen Austin like that. But you can't blame the guy. If we want to go back and watch it again, we'll do it after we get everybody interviewed. But he's right. I mean, think about it. He led 150 laps of this race. And there was times where he was getting out there, 3 seconds in front of everybody. And so I can't blame him for being upset. But, it's from our point, it was hard to tell if what Caleb did was intentional and whatnot. So anyway, let's pull Jarrett in here real quick. Jarrett, this is Nate in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, after the night that everybody had, I think P2 is pretty good. What do you think about it?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. I had no idea this was going to come when I was in 7th with 5 to go.
Yeah, I mean, I remember looking back, what did not feel that long ago, and you and Alex Campbell were battling for 8th, just back there battling together. Early on, it looks like, I don't know if it was something wrong, and it was everybody. Y'all would try to go down to that bottom lane. I don't know if it was too much on the brakes or too much turn up front, but everybody was really having trouble keeping it straight. Everybody was spinning out. What was going on there?
Yeah, it was just seemed to be crazy loose at the bottom. You would be fine for like 5 laps, and it's almost like the tires just got too hot, and the guys on the outside could just blow by you.
Yeah, man, it was crazy to watch, and I was scared. It looks like you and Alex were having really hard time in the beginning, But obviously, I mean, I don't remember where he finished, but he was up towards the front too. Where did he finish? I don't know, but he finished up there towards you too. So y'all ended up figuring it out, and you had a great week, and this will be good for points. So you did really good. Is there anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, I just gotta apologize to Puff if I got into him. I don't know what happened there. All I saw in the mirror was he was going sideways down the track. So I just want to apologize if it was me or not, but it was good hard racing out there.
So from our view, it looks like, if I'm thinking of the right thing, you didn't quite go all the way up, and it was just two people fighting for the same spot, man. So I don't personally in the booth, I don't think it was anybody's fault, but I'm sure he really appreciates the apology.
Yeah, well, it was just good hard racing out there. It was a good time.
It's Bristol, baby. All right,
Oh,
Jarrett.
yeah.
We'll be able to hopefully pull you in here next week and talk to you again. Great race.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hopefully see you next week.
See you, man. Hey, Wesley, you got me?
Hello? Hello?
And the guy, he finally
Hey,
gets it.
Let me call you back.
Oh, okay.
figure out
All right.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. Oh, sorry. That was Mrs. Nate Lee. She wanted to congratulate me on the good
Oh, that's crazy. Hold on. This interview's over. I'm just kidding. Man,
win. Well,
you've had so many chances. Me personally have been involved in some stuff with you on the last lap where it just wasn't able to happen. And tonight it finally happens for you. How does it feel?
pretty good, man. I just ain't no competition out there without the late great Nate Lee on the track. It just it's too easy. No. In all seriousness, we took tires early, like what 30 laps to the checker. That was my last set, and I figured if nobody else gets tires, I just got to pass. I think it was Corey Crowell or somebody was in front of me with fresh tires too.
Michael was
Yeah.
in front of you. He took two.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew whoever it was. I just had to get by them, and it was just old tires in front of me. Them Austin's been so fast all race. It looked like couldn't nobody figure out how the hell he was running so fast. But I guess him and Caleb got caught up together. I wasn't even close enough to see what happened. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, it looks like those two got involved, and we were talking about it in the broadcast booth. You were the first car off of pit road with 30 to go, and I thought you made the right decision. And thinking back with this series, the guy who wins a race is usually the guy who makes the best decisions on pit road. And tonight, I think that was you. There was one time where I thought you were going to take the lead and you were going to go off with the race, and looked like you tried to do a crossover, and you got a little loose. You want to walk us through what happened there?
Oh yeah. So I like Gary, and I don't want to hit him at all, but I got a hell of a run. What was it? Was it coming out of 2 on a restart? It just seems like the outside's twice as fast the whole race, and you could run the bottom if you wanted to, but unless you have better tires, you wasn't passing nobody on the bottom. It just wasn't gonna happen. So, and part of what happened there was just I only took 2 tires before that restart, and I had all the speed on Gary to cross him over, but on the inside of 3 and 4, you just get so loose trying to go in there with any kind of speed that it's not even worth it. That's what happened. I just got super loose trying to dive up under him.
Yeah, and that happened to guys all night. But man, once we got there, once you got up front, I said it was going to be hard to pass him. And you even had a Freedom Motorsports car behind you and a Freedom Motorsports car next to you, and you still were able to get that jump start, and they were never going to catch you. So man, I'm happy for you. You finally got that win. Is there anybody
Thanks,
you
man.
want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Hey man, shout out to my crew chief / spotter Raymundo. Held me down all the way through that race. Helps me make my calls a little bit. Shout out to Nate's wife. I'm just kidding. Shout out to my wife. I don't know. I think that's all I got, man.
All right, Wesley. Well, congratulations. Hopefully this year, without me out there, I don't wreck you near as often, and you get up in this booth more often. So congratulations again. I'm happy for you, and we hope to see you again next week.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you. All right, so a little backstory. So I've been telling the broadcast for these past 2 races. Oh, Wesley, he almost got one last year, and he got involved in wreck. Yeah, I was there. Me and Wesley were racing for the lead, and kind of took each other out. It was my fault. I went up high when I was trying to block him, and we ended up taking each other out. Brandon got the win that night, but anyways, let's go back if we can and watch this wreck that Austin was pretty upset about. Now that I don't got to worry about missing pits, see, he's got a little damage there already, so let's go back even further as our ticker turned off, so I don't know what lap this is supposed to be. Here, this is 151. This is going to be the wreck. So again, this is lap 151. There's 9 to go. Let's go back and watch a little bit, as we weren't really paying all that much attention to it because we were watching a race behind them. But you can see this traction that Caleb McKinney's taking up, and he's making it. He tries the inside here. Austin's just sticking to this top that he was so fast with all night, and it was like one after another. One car gets loose, and then the other car gets loose, and it looks like what's going to happen is Caleb's going to put together a few laps, get caught up to the back. Austin gets a little slow in, and they're super close right there, but they're not touching. And then right there, they finally do touch, and Austin's just not able to save it. Then he gets clobbered from behind. Guys, I don't know. I'm not leaning far enough one way or another to... I mean, Austin's not at fault, but I'm not going to stick my nose in places it shouldn't be. So let's go watch from right here. Oh, yeah, I mean, if you look right there, there was... Let's go back. That's contact. Contact, he goes around. Let's see if we can't get another view. So this is like right where the contact is. Can we find a good view of it? Let's go through all of them. Just bear with me here. I'm trying to find us the best view possible. Chopper, maybe. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Bear with me. You're about to see some iRacing overlay. Just bear with me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this real down, about like that, as close as I can get it without it looking stupid. All right, let's do that. Let's go back to Austin. And let's see from here if we can tell. This was after the contact. Let's go back. All right. So we come in. Going into the turn. Looks like Austin gets that rear end a little bit out, but he's still got control of the car. Guys, I think that pretty much tells the story right there. Let's watch that again. Watch that again. One more time. You tell me if they touch. All right, guys. Well, what a race 2. We have a lot of story coming out of this. A lot to talk about throughout this week. And on to next week. So again, reminder, next week we're at Kansas. Same night, same time. Will be 104 laps at the Kansas Motor Speedway. We hope to see all of you there. Until then, I'm Nate Lee with NLR. and we will see you guys next time.